All right, so let's start sitting back in your seat. Hopefully feet rest on the floor, hands can rest in the lap. Shift around a little bit so that your sits bones can sink down into the seat. Draw the tips of the shoulder blades together and lift the crown of the head towards the ceiling. And pause here for a moment, feeling like your vertebrae are stacking on top of each other. And then keep that length in the spine and lower the chin towards the chest. And then tip the head back so you feel a gentle stretch in the front of the throat. And again, chin towards chest. And tip the head back. And one more time, chin to chest. And tip the head back. Then let the head come back to neutral. Pause here. Then inhale here. And as you exhale, turn the chin towards the right shoulder. Then we'll inhale back to center. And exhale the chin towards the right shoulder. Nope, the left shoulder, sorry. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. One more time. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. And exhale to the left. Back to center on your inhale. Take the chin to the chest again. And as you exhale, roll the chin towards the right shoulder. Then inhale through center. And exhale towards the left shoulder. And keep rolling from side to side, moving at your own pace and moving with your breath. Allow the shoulders to move along with the head and the neck. And a couple more times. And then the next time the chin comes back to the center of the chest, pause, lift the head back up to a neutral position, and stack the vertebrae again. Make sure that you're sitting up nice and tall. Then we'll inhale here at center. And as you exhale, drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Then inhale through center. And exhale the left ear towards the left shoulder. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. One more time. Inhale at center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. And exhale to the left. And back to center on your inhale. And then as you exhale, draw the chin back like you're giving yourself a double chin. And then inhale the chin back to neutral. Again, exhale, draw the chin back. And inhale back to neutral. One more time. Exhale the chin back. Inhale back to neutral. And then exhale here. You can shake out the shoulders a little bit. And then come forward on your chair, just enough so that feet are flat on the floor. Arms come down to the sides. Turn the palms to face out. On your inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Palms meet at the top. Exhale the hands down to the heart. And again, inhale, lift, reach through the fingers. Exhale, hands to the heart. And one more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, hands to the heart. Pause, and then go in the opposite direction. Inhale, fingertips up to the ceiling. Exhale, turn the palms out, push the walls away. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, push away. And one more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, push away. On your inhale, turn the palms to face out and sweep the arms up. And on your exhale, drop the right hand as you take a side bend over to the right. And we'll inhale back through center. And exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, tip to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. And once more in both directions. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. And exhale to the left. Back up through center on the inhale. And on your exhale, we'll twist to the right. Left hand to the right thigh. Right arm behind you. And we'll inhale back up through center. And exhale, twist to the left. could bring that left arm out if you like. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Once more on each side. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. And exhale to the left. Back up through center on your inhale. Reach for the ceiling. Exhale the hands together and down to the heart. And pause here for just a moment. Just take a full breath here, in and out. And then bring the hands down to the thighs. We're going to come into cat and cow, but before we come into cat and cow, we're going to take like a half version of cat and cow, where you're just going to move through the shoulder blades. So we're not going to move through the rest of the spine. We're just going to move through the shoulder blades. So bring the hands to the thighs. Keep the rest of the spine neutral. And on your inhale, just draw the shoulder blades towards each other. And you could look up a little bit if you like. Then on your exhale, draw the shoulder blades away from the spine. So the shoulder blades come forward, but the rest of the spine stays pretty neutral. Good. Inhale, shoulder blades together. Exhale, shoulder blades apart. And this is going to help us start to make some space. Inhale, shoulder blades together. Exhale, shoulder blades apart. Do that one more time. This is going to help us start to make some space in the shoulder blade area for doing the back scratch chest later. Now the next time you inhale, come into a full cow. Push the belly forward, draw the shoulder blades together, look up. Then on your exhale, tuck the chin to the chest, take the shoulder blades away from the spine and draw the navel in towards the spine. Inhale forward into cow and exhale round into cat. And take that a couple more times, moving with your own breath. You might notice now how much easier it is to move when you can move through the whole spine. We're not just isolating those shoulder blades. One or two more rounds here. And then come on back to a neutral spine. And when you get there, roll the shoulders a couple of times. And then go in the opposite direction. And then let's move down into the legs. So holding on to the right thigh, pick the right foot up off the floor, push it away from you, sit up tall, and point and flex through the right foot. Keeping the navel drawn in towards the spine, shoulder blades drawing towards the spine. And then bend the knee and start to draw the knee towards you and push the foot away. And move with your breath here. So you can take your inhale when you extend the leg long, exhale as you draw the knee in. And then the next time the knee comes in close to you, bring the hands around to the shin and draw some circles on the ceiling with the kneecap. Reverse your circle. And then a few circles through the ankle. And go the other way. And then bring that right foot back down to the floor, and we'll take the left side. So hold on to the left thigh, push the foot away, check in with your posture, and then start to point and flex through the left foot. Good. And then start to bend the knee, draw it towards you, and push the foot away. At your own pace, and it's okay if the leg doesn't fully straighten. And the next time the knee is in towards the body, bring the hands around to the shin, some circles with that kneecap, getting into the hip joint. Good. Reverse direction. And then some circles through the ankle. And go the other way. Good. Both feet to the floor, coming to sit with knees stacked over ankles. Bring the hands to the thighs. Take a full breath here, in and out. And then another inhale. And on your exhale, press into the feet. Feel the thighs activate underneath the hands. And then inhale and release. Full breath here. Then another inhale. And on your exhale, press into the feet again. And this time, notice the activation in the glutes, wanting to push you up out of the chair. And then release and take a full breath here. And then another inhale. And then on your exhale, one more time, press into the floor. Notice the activation in the thighs and in the glutes, and this time in the belly. Navel draws in towards the spine. And then release and take a full breath here. Sigh it out. And then start to make your way up to stand behind your chair. Grab a drink along the way if you'd like. We'll start with arms down at the sides. Feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart, more like shoulder distance apart. Bring the elbows out to the sides like you're a scarecrow. Then we'll roll that right elbow up and back, and then the left elbow up and back. And let your weight shift from foot to foot as you do this. If that feels comfortable for you, don't force it. But imagine as if your whole arm is rolling, not from the top of the shoulder, but from the shoulder blade. And then wherever you are, pause. Whichever elbow is back, bring it forward, and then alternate. And again, feeling like you're moving, you can keep going, but feeling like you're moving from the shoulder blade, like the shoulder blade is doing the work. And then let the arms come down to the sides, shake out the hands and the arms. And then start to swing your arms forward and back. Give the hands a little shake at the top. Good. Then cross the arms in front of you. Spread the arms wide. And cross again. Switch which arm is on top. And just alternate. And shifting the weight here from foot to foot if that feels okay. As long as you feel stable doing that. And then start to twist. And lift the heel of the foot that you're twisting away from. You could look over that back shoulder if you feel comfortable doing that. If you don't, it helps to find a spot to keep your gaze focused on. A couple more. And then let your twist start to slow down. Shake out the hands and arms. Maybe shake out the legs and feet. Right. Bring the arms down to the sides, turn the palms to face out. We'll inhale, lift the arms up to shoulder height so they're out like the letter T. Exhale, reach forward, curl the spine. Inhale, reach back out to the sides. Exhale, press the palms down to the thighs. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach forward and hug. Inhale, back out to the sides. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hug. Inhale, reach. Exhale, press. Two more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hug. Inhale, reach. Exhale, press. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hug. Inhale, reach. Exhale, press. Good. Shake it all out. All right. Coming to face the back of your chair, if you're not already there. Fingertips on the back of the chair. Feet about hip distance apart with the toes facing forward. Start to rise up onto the balls of the feet. Lift the heels off the floor and then lower back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. A couple more. And go at your own pace here. See if you can lift pretty straight up towards the ceiling rather than pushing out forward over your chair. Let's do 2 more. Last one. And come on down, take a little break, march it out. We'll do it again, alternating a reach with the arms. So we'll start with both hands on the back of the chair. And then lift up onto the balls of the feet as you reach up with the right hand. Lower the heels, lower the arm. And then we'll switch, lift up onto the balls of the feet, reach up with the left hand and lower down. Lift and reach with the right arm and down. Lift and reach with the left arm and down. Let's do 2 more on each side. Right arm and lower. Left arm and lower. Right arm and lower. And left arm and lower. Good. Again, little march, shake it out. This time we're going to lift and reach with both arms. So starting with arms down at the sides. And remember, as you do this, you want to take the arms a little bit wider so you can span the chair. You don't whack into the chair. So, but those feet in the same position. So we'll inhale, lift up onto the balls of the feet, reach the arms up to the ceiling, and then lower the heels as you lower the arms. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. It's okay if it's a little wobbly. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Hands down, march it out. We'll come into toe lifts now. So again, feet about hip distance apart. Fingertips on the back of the chair for balance. Drop your sits bones here. So we've talked about that now a couple of times. So feel like the hip bones are pulling up towards your shoulders. Sits bones drop down towards the floor. And then curl just your toes up towards your shins. And lower the toes down. Curl and release. Good. Everybody knows how to do this now. Curl and release. Curl and release. Such a small movement. Curl and release. Let's do 3 more. Release. 2 more. And last one. And release. A little march in place. Shake out the legs. All right. So now we'll come into leg lifts. So facing the back of the chair, fingertips on the back of the chair for balance, feet about hip distance apart. Shift your weight into the right leg, but don't let the right hip pop out to the side. Keep it tucked in. Pick up the left foot, push through the heel, and then lift the outer edge of the left foot towards the left side of the room and lower the leg down. Lift and lower, lift and lower. So I can see myself in the camera here, and so I want to make sure that I keep those sits bones tucked under because I have them sticking out a little bit. So you want to keep those tucked under and keep the belly drawn in. Lift and lower. It helps to keep your gaze straight ahead too. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Bring that left foot down. Take a little march in place or shake out the legs. And then we'll do the second side. So come into the left leg, nice and strong, nice and tall. Push through the right heel. Tuck the sits bones under. And then lift that right leg out to the side. And lower down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Last 2. And last one. Both feet down, march in place. All right, now this is where it gets tough because as we take our leg lifts to the back of the room, you still want to keep the sits bones tucked under. And there's a real tendency here as we lift the leg towards the back of the room, there's a tendency to arch the back. So keeping those sits bones tucked down will help to prevent that, but it also means you won't be able to lift the leg super high. That's okay. We really want to feel that work in the glute. So bring the weight back into the right leg, push through your left heel, and then tuck the sits bones down towards the floor. Keep the belly drawn in and the gaze straight ahead, and take the left heel towards the back of the room. And then lower down. Lift and lower. And hopefully you can feel this in the glute and maybe in the back of the thigh. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Let's do 2 more. Lift and lower. And 1 more. Bring that left foot down, march in place or shake it out. And we'll do the second side. So come into the left foot, push through the right heel, tuck the sits bones down, and then, keeping your gaze on something in front of you, take the right heel to the back of the room and lower down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 2 more. Lift and lower. And lift and lower. Good. March in place. Grab a drink if you'd like, and then we'll turn to face the clock wall. So the right leg is the leg that's closest to the back of the chair, right hand on the back of the chair for support. Bring your weight into that right leg, but don't let the right hip pop out towards the back of the chair. Keep it tucked in so that right leg is nice and tall and strong. Left toes come forward, flex the left foot, and then with control, lift the left toes up towards the ceiling and lower down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 2 more. Lift and lower. And last one. And lower. Bring that foot down, march it out. We'll come into toe taps now. I'm going to see if I can move a little bit more into the camera so that you'll be able to see later what I'm doing. That's marginally better. All right. So weight comes into the right foot. Come on up to the left toes. Keep that right hip from popping out by tucking it back in. Then we'll tap the left toes forward, tap the left toes back. Tap the left toes forward, tap the left toes back. Forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Last 2, forward and back, and last 1, forward and back. Quick little break here, march it out. Shake out the legs. We'll do that again. We'll add in our tap out to the side. So come on back into the right leg. Lift up through that right hip. Then we'll tap the left toes forward, tap out to the side, tap to the back, and tap at center. Tap forward, tap side, tap back, tap center, forward, side, back, center, forward, side, back, center, forward, side, back, center. 2 more, forward, side, back, center. 1 more, forward, side, back, and center. March in place. Shake it out. All right. We are going to do now a step back with arm raise. So you can keep the right hand on the back of the chair the whole time if you like. You can also let the hand hover or keep the right arm down at your side, whatever you feel comfortable doing. Come forward just a bit so that your feet are more along the front leg of your chair here. Yeah, good. Yep. hand on the back of the chair. With the left foot, we're going to take a step back, and as you do, lift the left arm up into the air. Good. Now lower the arm and step back so that your feet are, they don't have to be touching, but so that they're in the same place. So we'll step back with the left foot, lift the left arm, feet together, arm comes down. Good. Step back, lift the arm, feet together, lower the arm. Step back, lift the arm, feet together, lower the arm. Let's do 2 more. Step back and lift, lower the arm, feet together, and 1 more. Step back and lift, lower the arm, feet together. Good. Shake it out or march in place. And then finally, on this side, we're going to come into tightrope standing. So we'll start with the right foot. So place your right foot so that it is pointing forward, toes are pointing forward. If you like, you can find a line in the floor that you can have kind of running through your foot. Then we'll bring the left heel against the toe of the right foot so that the feet are like you're standing on a tightrope. They're one right in front of the other. Okay. Keep that right hand on the chair. Tuck your sits bones down. You'll feel your belly draw in. Okay. Find a spot in front of you to focus on, something on the floor 8 or 10 feet away, or maybe on the wall in front of you. And then see if you can let your right hand hover over the chair. So the chair is there if you need it. Feel free to grab it anytime you do. But see if you can use that hand just to stabilize you, and then let your hand hover again. Squeeze the thighs together, draw the belly in. Both of those things help. And then when you're done, grab the chair first with the right hand, then move your feet. Good. Shake it out. All right. Let's turn to face the opposite wall. Grab a drink if you'd like. And then we'll start by bringing the weight into the left leg. Left hand comes onto the chair. Right toes come forward. Flex the foot. And then with control, we'll lift the right foot towards the ceiling and lower down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Strong through that left leg. Lower, lift, and lower, lift, and lower, and 1 more, lift, and lower. Bring that foot down, march it out. Then come back into that left foot, come up onto the right toes. We'll tap the right toes forward, tap the right toes back, tap the right toes forward, tap the right toes back, forward and 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 back. 2 more, forward and back. 1 more, forward and back. Bring that foot down, march it out. We'll take the second set with the tap out to the side. So come on back into that left leg, nice and strong through the left leg. Come up to the right toes. We'll tap the right toes forward, tap out to the side, tap to the back, and tap at center. Tap forward, tap side, tap back, tap center, forward, side, back, center, forward, side, back, center, forward, side, back, center. 2 more, forward, side, back, center. Last one, forward, side, back, and center. March in place. All right, so now we'll take that step back with arm raise on this side. So left hand could stay on the chair if you like. Come forward a little bit so that your feet are more even with the leg of your chair. Okay. You could also let that left arm stay down at the side. Part of the exercise here is trying to keep those sits bones tucked under. So as we step back and lift the arm, I'm just going to demonstrate for you. As you step back and lift the arm, a lot of us are going to arch the back. Okay? We want to try not to do that. So as we step back, think about keeping those sits bones tucked under and keeping the back relatively straight. There will be a little arch in the back, and that's okay, but we don't want an exaggerated arch. Okay? So starting with the feet, they don't have to be touching, but closer together. Left hand on the back of the chair if you like. We'll step back with the right foot and lift the right arm. Then we'll lower the right arm and bring the feet together. Step back and lift. Step forward and lower. Step back and lift. Step forward and lower. Good. Step back and lift. Step forward and lower. 2 more. Step back and lift. Step forward and lower. And last one, step back and lift. Step forward and lower. March it out or shake out the legs. And then we'll come into tightrope standing. So this time it'll be the left foot that you place on the floor. Bring the right heel so that it's touching the left toes. So feet are in one straight line. Keep the left hand on the back of the chair for now. Find a spot on the floor or the wall in front of you to look at. Lift up through the crown of the head. Draw the navel towards the spine. Squeeze the thighs together. And then see if you can release the chair. Keep the hand close by if you need the chair. And it's okay if you're a little wobbly. You should be a little wobbly. But what we're doing here is giving the muscles that stabilize us a chance to do some work. And then when you're done, grab the chair first, then move your feet, shake everything out. All right, I'm going to move my chair a little bit closer again. And then we'll come into some squats. No, we won't. We'll come into hamstring curls first. Facing the back of the chair, take your feet as wide as the legs of your chair. Lift your chest. And then shift the weight into the right foot. Bend the left knee. Bring the left heel to the left glute. And then bring the left foot down. Shift into the left foot. Bring the right heel to the right glute. Right foot down. Left foot up. Left foot down. Right foot up. And keep going. Keeping your gaze straight ahead. There's a real tendency with this exercise to start to look down. So try to keep your gaze straight ahead. That helps you to keep your chest lifted. And it means that the work then comes more from the hamstrings rather than from the low back. A couple more. And take one more on each side. And then both feet down, march it out. Now we'll come into squats. So you could keep fingertips on the back of the chair if you like. You could cross arms over the chest. You could link the hands together and push the palms away from you, whatever you prefer. If you feel like you need a little more space between your feet, that's okay. But if you do, just turn the toes out so that the toes and the knees are following the same line. So wherever you want to be with the feet, lift the chest. Take your tailbone, take the sits bones out behind you, bend the knees to lower them towards the floor. And then again, I can see myself in the mirror. I want to make sure I tuck those sits bones under so my back is nice and straight. Then push into the heels to come back up. I can see myself in the camera, not the mirror. Take the sits bones out behind you, bend the knees, tuck the sits bones under, and then push into the feet to stand. Sits bones go out, they go down and under, and push into the heels to stand. Keep going at your own pace. As you tuck those sits bones under, you'll feel that belly tuck in. So that's what we want. We want the back to be nice and straight. We want there to be a concavity in the belly rather than a concavity in the back where we've got that arch in the low back. We don't want that because we want the glutes to be doing the work rather than the low back. Take 2 more. Last one. And then come on up, march in place, or shake out the legs. And then we'll take curtsy lunges today. So facing the back of the chair, starting with feet about hip distance apart, lift the chest. We'll start on the right side. So take your right toes and use them to draw a semicircle behind you, and then bend both knees to lower the sits bones towards the floor. Push into the front foot to come back up, and then bring the right foot back to meet the left foot. Then we'll do the second side. Use the left toes, draw a semicircle, bend both knees, and push into the front foot to come back up. Keep going at your own pace, and it doesn't matter how low you go. Okay, it might just be an inch or two, or you might sink down pretty low. It doesn't matter as long as your form is good. Okay, you're keeping that trunk reasonably straight. Okay. And take one more on each side. And then come on back up, march in place, shake it out. Okay. Grab a drink if you'd like, and then we'll come on down to sit. So come to sit at the front of your chair. And I think actually I'm going to move the camera over here. So that you'll all be able to see this a little bit better when you're doing it at home. There we go. All right, so coming to sit forward on the edge of your chair, one knee bent, right knee bent, right foot flat on the floor. Extend the left leg long, left toes point up towards the ceiling. Sit up tall. Okay. Now you should feel at least some stretch in the back of the left leg, maybe down in the calf or the Achilles tendon, maybe all the way up into the thigh. If you'd like more stretch than what you have, sit up tall, and from your hip creases, fold forward over the legs. Should feel a stretch now further up the back of the left leg. You could stack the hands on the right thigh. And take a couple of breaths here, breathing into that left hamstring. And you can hinge back up if you folded forward, and we'll switch. Left foot comes to the floor, right leg goes long. Flex the right foot so the toes point up towards the ceiling. Sit up tall and check in with the back of the right thigh, back of the right leg. If you want more stretch than what you have, again, you can hinge forward over the legs. Stack the hands on the left thigh and take a couple of breaths here. We'll hinge back up to a seat, both feet on the floor. Left foot stays on the floor. We'll bring the right ankle onto the left thigh. Pick it up and help it if it needs help. If that won't work for you today, you can extend the left leg long, bring the right ankle onto the left shin. Open that right knee out to the right. You want to feel both sits bones in the chair. Flex the right foot. Sit up tall, crown of the head towards the ceiling. If you've got a good stretch in the right hip and you feel like you don't need any more, you can stay here. If you'd like more of a stretch, then you'll fold forward over the legs. Again, moving from those hip creases rather than rounding through the spine. If you folded forward, come on back up. We'll switch. Right foot to the floor, left ankle onto the right thigh or onto the right shin if you'd rather stretch the leg out long. Open the left knee out to the side, both sits bones in the chair. Flex the left foot, sit up tall. And if you feel good here, stay. And if you want more of a stretch, you can fold forward. And we'll hinge back up to a seat, both feet to the floor. Stretch the arms out in front of you. Bring the fingers together like paddles and start to take some circles through the wrists, using the hands to paddle in front of you. And then switch direction. Then bring your hands into claws and circle again. And go the other way. And then finally fold your hands into fists, but don't squeeze the fingers, just fold them in, and then circle again. Change direction. Good. And then push the hands in front of you like you're pushing away the wall, and then drop the fingers towards the floor, flip the fingers towards the ceiling, drop the fingers towards the floor, flip the fingers towards the ceiling, down and up, down and up, down and up, and down and up. Good. Shake out the wrists, flap the hands. All right.